Lots of great things come about from PEP. Behavior issues can go down, your attendance can go up, and students feel like they have a place that they belong, somewhere that they can finally talk and communicate and really express who they are.
I'm grateful for PEP here at Dixie Middle School for a couple of reasons. One, it really helps with the social and emotional health of our students to meet in a group setting with peers who are maybe going through the same thing in their lives or similar situations, and have a trained professional facilitate that group. And it's awesome that they can receive support in that manner.
Personally, it helps me stop and realize that I am dealing with a whole person and not just a math student, and benefits to my students are immeasurable. Math pun intended. They're immeasurable because I see those students wanting to go to PEP, wanting to share, and I see them hold themselves a little bit higher and feel a little bit more empowered, and that is priceless for them and for me to see that. So that's a huge benefit to them.
You know, as a counselor, it's interesting to me that when we have students with problems, that we don't really know what those problems are. And sometimes we get students quickly, come in, give them a schedule change, do something that they need, and then they're gone. We don't see them again. What I like about PEP is they come in and they have 20 minutes with our leader, our PEP advisor, and in those 20 minutes, they have a better chance to get to know the students. And in a personal way, the students relax, open up, and say things that we may not always hear as counselors. And so honestly, when we have that in our school, I learn things about students I may not have known. And this is what I really like about knowing this. When we get that information and I take it to a teacher, invariably we have teachers saying, "Oh, I had no idea they were going through those kinds of things." And once the teacher knows, all of a sudden this flow of compassion comes out of a teacher. And it's like they treat the student in a different way. They give them that accommodation they need. They give them a little more patience. They give them a little more time. And it's just what kids need when we have a world full of problems. And so I am so grateful for PEP. It's like one of the best things we have in our school going when we deal with emotions and how to manage them and how to teach life skills to these students who need it so desperately.
We've had PEP at Pineview Middle School for the last couple years. We've seen a huge benefit in having it for our kids, a resource for them, the ones that are struggling with anything from depression to anxiety, or just having a hard time with life and going through some hard circumstances that they just didn't have a choice to go through. They didn't choose this, but they are struggling, and they need the support that we luckily have PEP to give them. And so PEP's been one of those things that they've been able to come in once a week and communicate and meet with these kids, the ones that are struggling and going through these hard times. It does take a little time away from the classroom, but it's worth it to us because they need to feel good about themselves, and on that mental health side to get them in the right mindset to be able to learn. And so that's something that we've really enjoyed, having that opportunity in our schools. So another resource, instead of just saying, "Oh, come and talk to me," or sit here in the office, they can actually go and talk to somebody besides, our counselors that are there that kind of get busy and sometimes don't have all the time that they need to be able to meet with these kids. So that's something that's been very beneficial, having PEP in our school. And I think it would benefit any school to have something like that, to be able to have that resource there that comes regularly so these kids feel comfortable with who they're talking to, and it's not a new person every time. So it's been a really good thing.
When I think about the benefits of the PEP program, in addition to the simple life skills that students are learning and having a chance to practice, I also love the fact that it becomes a safe place where they can come and be heard and just share simple concerns that they might be dealing with and get some advice from somebody they trust on how to overcome some of those issues. As a part of that, I also love that they're coming together with other students, and those students can support them. They can offer their own advice on how they have overcome things that might be similar to what the student is struggling with. And it becomes a place where students can connect and be heard and be supported by their peers.
I love working with middle school kids. I enjoy the challenges that brings, and I love the rewards that follow. I love so much watching these kids implement the lessons that we've taught them so that they can improve their lives and go on to have better futures.
One of the many things that I love about PEP is just watching these kids grow through the years. We get to have them sometimes from 7th grade till 12th grade, to see the changes in their life and to see some of the things that they implement with some of the things that we've taught in PEP. It's amazing to be able to give them that safe place to come in and talk about really hard things and see them kind of go off and use the things that we've taught and become successful adults.
PEP had a huge impact on my life. It taught me many coping strategies that I still use today, and now I'm teaching them to my children.
So at the end of every school year, as part of the evaluation, I ask students to tell me 3 reasons why they come to PEP. And I wanted to just share with you a couple of the things that some of my students have written. One of them said to talk about situations that I can't talk to other people about. It helps me think of better solutions to my problems. One student said it also helps me remember that other people go through hard things as well. This student said to talk about my feelings in a safe place. This student said I feel broken and it helps me deal with my problems.
I also asked the students what they wish their teachers knew when they came to class each day. Here are some of the examples. I wish my teacher knew that I don't understand as easy as others most of the time. How busy my life is.
I wish my teachers knew that it helps us get through the week.
PEP is not an excuse to get out of class, but it is to help.
So reading through these comments that my students have written helps me understand that they really do value this program, that they get some valuable life skills out of it, and that it helps them get through the week and deal with some of the things that they're struggling with.
The Personal Empowerment Program is about empowering youth, providing assistance to students who may be experiencing difficulties with daily adolescent life. To learn more, contact your school or visit southwestprevention.org/PEP.